Well, guys, America's got to decide to stop picking up the knife. And that's what tonight is all about. We let another country illegally take us to war. Marco Rubio admitted this on March 1st, the day after the conflict started. Israel was going to attack. We feared American soldiers would die in the retaliation, so we had to join in on the strike. It's only 24 to 48 hours. That's what we were told. Now, we're in it later. Trump is negotiating. It's still going on. We all know this. It has to stop. It won't stop until we all do something about it. This is about the identity and the spirit of the American people. Do we co-sign murder, rape, regime change, color revolution, destruction, or do we stand up and say, enough is enough? It is time to end the 1,000-year lunar Reich in this country. It is time to end the era of old people making all the decisions for us, sending young men like me off to die. I'm 23 years old. I'm not going. I'm not going to die from being taken out. The idea that is somehow an unpatriotic thing to say, it's the most patriotic thing around. You know, I want to have children. I want to continue America. I want my children to know about this country. I don't want to die in the desert for a foreign state that's committing multiple genocides. Yeah. Sam, you would think that this is a very simple concept, a very basic concept to understand. We have all seen the footage, the videotapes, the photos of the genocide in Gaza, the mass slaughter and annexation of Lebanon, the killing of the schoolgirls, and the blowing up the bridge, along with the giant poison cloud of acid rain that rained over a city of 10 million people, giving untold 1,000 cancers and other deformities, birth defects, disabilities. We don't even care. You know, in America, the Iranians, they line up to defend the power lines. We would circle the Burger King. Okay? We would circle the Chick-fil-A. We would protect the McDonald's because that's our spirit. And you have to ask, that's not the America of Theodore Roosevelt, of Thomas Jefferson, of George Washington, of Abraham Lincoln. That's not even America, is it? And you think, well, we still live in the greatest country in the world. We still have all this nice stuff. What's been taken from us? What's been taken from us is our dignity. Okay? You are not human beings if you accept this behavior any longer. What is being done to the Palestinians and what is being done to the Iranians will be done to you if you co-sign and accept it. This is very core and very basic to understand. The same track and trace digital AI hell they use the Mosaic on the Palestinians, that's coming home. The same billionaires that do it over there are going to do it over here. And we're not going to accept it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take a little bit of time to tell you about my background in case you don't know me. So I grew up at the birthplace of alternative media, also known as Free Speech Systems, also known as Infowars.com. I spent 17 years in the birthplace of alternative media in our office, which has now been taken from us. And my father was deplatformed, censored, sued for $1 billion, in part because he dared to question a mass casualty event. Jesse Waters, Sean Hannity, Rachel Maddow, left, right, center, it doesn't matter. They deny genocide every night. Are you kidding me? Where is the equality in our justice system? Where is the recognition of hypocrisy within the public? The public doesn't know what hypocrisy means. They can't spell it. 54% of Americans don't read on a 6th grade level, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, I'm in the talking business. I've been in the talking business all my life. And people criticize, they say, we got to take action. We got to do something about this. And I 110% agree. But alternatively, on the same hand, if you're not out there every day waking at least one more person up to what we are paying for and what we are doing, you are a part of the problem. Okay? This is about starting a cascade that flows like crushing water and drowns all of the poison out. That is what this is all about. Okay? It is your responsibility as American citizens to help the public understand how much they've been robbed, how much they've been raped, how much they've been stolen from, because we're so stupid and dumbed down, we don't even fucking know. Think about that. We could get into all the facets of open-air prison for decades and the multiple genocides and, you know, Israel, our aircraft carrier in the Levant, controlling and doing all these things. But really, it's us. We co-sign it. We're the pay pigs, people. That's the reality. That's the reality, okay? They don't do anything without our consent and express permission, all right? Netanyahu waddles out, and he says,
well, it's a good thing you give me $3 billion a year because I buy American emissions.
Okay, so it's a good thing I sell you a gun and you go shoot up people? That's a good thing? That's what we do, guys. We're an accessory after and before the fact. And it's time to wake up to that basic reality. So... what Joe said was so poignant and so beautiful about this being an anti-war movement, because I know there's all sorts of domestic policy that we can agree on, disagree on, whatever. The core is it's all downstream of the illegal wars, okay? And without the money going to that, we would live in paradise! Would we not? $10 trillion spent since the Gulf War, Iraq, Afghanistan, Ukraine, now Iran, Gaza, Lebanon, you name it, okay? That's where your money went. That's why the Burger King is $18, okay? That's the inflation, that's the rape. Don't you understand? You've all been raped, and we do nothing about it. So I call for you to wake up. I call for you to hear that gross language I use and realize that's been done to you and you do not consent to it. Serious. It's time to start acknowledging how bad the situation actually is. And I was a supporter of President Trump for a straight decade. I love that guy. Okay, I got my dad to support it. I was watching, back in 2015, the first Republican National Convention debate, 2016, the primary, right? And I see him up there on that stage, I'm at Schlitterbahn Water Park, and I say, that guy's going to be president. My dad goes, you're retarded. And I worked on it on a period of weeks and months, and I finally got him to accept it. He had him on the show. He credited me with it. It makes me puke now to think about, because I recognized the quality in him that would propel him to the presidency, but I didn't understand what it was. And now I understand what it is. It's the money problem. If you want to get paid, if your friends want to get paid, then just go to Washington, D.C. All you got to do is generate a couple of these, you know, and you get paid forever. You know, American dead bodies in those coffins. Isn't that nice? You all paid for it. You paid for it. You eat it. Seriously. I'm sorry to get aggressive about that, but that's true. So here's the thing about Trump. You cannot divorce the slaughter, the money laundering, the financial crimes, the war crimes themselves from the initial crime, which is the war of aggression. The chief prosecutor at Nuremberg made this very clear. All subsequent war crimes are wrapped up in the initial war of aggression. And in the greatest country in the world, we shouldn't let another state take us to war. These are very dark topics. These are very scary things to talk about. And I want to encourage you, we have people that have light in us, that have that light of peace in us, that light of Jesus Christ in us, if you would. Right? We have to be willing to make the human connection with people, because people are not used to being treated like humans. They are treated like economic units. They are treated like programmable robots. Period. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate all y'all. I want to let you know, a lot more great speakers tonight, but thank you for listening.